Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The crisis to the build-up of Edo State governorship election is getting really messier as the All Progressive Congress accused the running PDP, aided by Delta State Governor Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, of importing arms and persons believed to be thugs into the state, alleging that the intention is to scuttle the process because they believe that the PDP and Governor Godwin Obaseki would lose the election. Addressing a press conference on Friday, acting chairman of the APC, Colonel David Imuse, retired, said that Obaseki alleged desperate schemes and deployment of do-or-die tactics in seeking for second term in office alongside his deputy, Mr. Philip Tr0uble, was the reason for the tension. He also carpeted the Delta State Governor, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, who he accused of allegedly bringing talks into the state in order to cause mayhem during the election. He said in the past days, he said, we have seen and experienced a dangerous build-up of firearms and violence in Edo State by Governor Mr. Godwin Obaseki, who no longer need a diviner to tell him that he has been rejected by the people. Imose further pointed out that Okowa, who he alleged shot his way to a contrived victory in Delta State, has begun to lend his hands to Godwin Obaseki with a supply of thugs and gang charged with the mission of unleashing violence and rigging the election. According to him, he said, acting under the marching orders of the tax collecting leadership of their umbrella party, they are executing a do or die approach where they must either forcefully impose themselves on the people of Edo State for another term or burn the whole state to the ground, making a sorry scene an ungovernable entity. This manifested on Wednesday, August 19, in Igwe main local government area where Okowa suspiciously attended a single ward political event, allegedly with an army of talk, with the objective of contributing to their militarization of the state and to spread panic and intimidation to voters, adding that during the confusion, an innocent bystander, Mr. Enes Otoide, was shot, which caused him to be hospitalized and in the process brought avoidable sadness and pain to his family. Imose disclosed that some suspects with dangerous firearm have been arrested and transferred from area command Irua to the police command headquarters in Benin City, even as he wondered if the unfolding violent crime must continue to prevail because of non-negotiability of the governor's second term bid. But Chief Press Secretary to Okowa Olisa said, I don't know where Delta become more violent than Edo. When PDP governors paid a courtesy visit to the Oba of Benin and violence broke out after they left, was it Okowa that was responsible? We should be thankful that our governor was not harmed. The governor has visited Edo State many times and there was no violence. Okowa as a person has not been known for violence, and since he has been contesting election, he has not been associated with violence. Everybody know Okowa as peaceful person. The violence is in Edo and will remain in Edo. Before now, in the build up to the election, Edo has been in the news for violence. So what happened in Igwebeng is part of that violence. They should leave Okowa alone, he said. Also, the state publicity secretary of the PDP, Chris Nehi Kware, said it was obvious that Imose lacked content, so they don't sit down and concoct stories. The allegations are baseless and lack foundation. We are the ones that should be complaining because of their inclination to fraud and violence. All we keep saying is that they are trying to create situation of anarchy and chaos to force a postponement of the election. And INEC has already told Nigerians that come rain, come shine, that the election in Edo State will surely hold. That's the promise that INEC has given, that there is no room for postponement of the election. And guess what? Edo State has turned out to be almost like a state where election, getting that seat is a do or die affair. If I don't get the seat, it therefore means everybody must go now. Just fairly recently, we heard that Department of State Services invited 10 leaders of APC for a meeting, and that meeting was to hold in their office in Benin City. And according to the information that we got, they said the letter, which is dated 20th August 2020, with reference number 171-B-122, addressed to Tony Adong, aka Kabaka, reads, and I'm going to read it to you just to show you the extent of violence. Edo State really needs our prayer. According to the letter, said, I am directed to invite you to an important meeting with the State Director of Security. You are to come with the following person. The names of the persons were mentioned, and the letter is already posted on the on the listing on the social media. And according to further information, the letter indicated that the meeting would hold by 11 a.m. at the DSS office number 1 Court Road, GRA, Benin City. I think it's today. And aide to one of the invitees, when contacted on phone, confirmed that his boss received such an invitation letter but refused to speak further on it. According to him, he said, yes, we received something like that. That is all I can say. So just to show you that it's not really going to be easy for Edo State, because some persons have decided to consider it a do or die affair. And guess what? With what we are seeing, it seems as if the vote of the people may not really count. Because I see no reason. The whole thing is in the hands of the people. Go around and talk to the people. If you have done nobly well, why not? They are going to accept you, than to go around and causing a lot of issues. And just some few days ago also, we saw this guy, the current governor of Edo State. He was like getting so much reception from most of the leader. I'm not like standing for PDP, but I noticed in a video that he was getting so much support from some of those guys. That's the monarch in some of the, especially in the I think North Central. He got so much respect and so much support from them, to a point that he was being given a chieftaincy title there. So let's just keep waiting to see what will happen. No need to, begin to boil up and down and accusation here and there. Let's wait till they said that when the election would take place, then we can judge for ourselves. Violence in election, I feel also that those who are in uh, who have been taking up arms, appearing as thugs, they're wasting their time. I tell you the whole truth, because you're destroying your life. It's better you just, allow this guy, because the truth is that politician will always remain politician. None of them will call you as a talk and give you the post of a commissioner or give you any reasonable post. They'll pay you some stipend and leave you back to yourself. Some may lose their life in the process. Guess what? They won't give your family anything reasonable. So I feel at this time we should be so politically matured based on the political education we have received thus far, and learn to follow the election issue the way it ought to. Some of these big boys, they will be in their own houses sleeping. You're running up and down with ballot box and doing all manner of stupid things. It doesn't pay. That's just it. But we'd like to leave it there. Do you think that Governor Kowa can get involved in this kind of act? Let's interact.